When the World Cup comes around, there's a lot of pressure on this guy, Harry Kane, the England football captain. But in addition to his day job, can he also save that beleaguered temple of consumerism, the shopping mall? It may seem an unlikely matchup, but he's involved in a big bet on the future of shopping, of which more later. Let's start with the basics. The business model for shopping malls used to be pretty straightforward. You would offer cheap rent to a department store like Nordstrom or Macy's in the US or John Lewis and Debenhams in the UK, and they would become what is known as an anchor tenant. The idea is that they would bring in shoppers from miles around, which would then make it easier to attract smaller shops to fill the spots around it. That would fill out your mall. E-commerce changed all that. If you could buy something online that would appear on your doorstep a day or two later, it was suddenly less appealing to drive miles to an out-of-town shopping centre. And department stores in particular suffered. Many of them closed down. That created a problem for landlords who all of a sudden didn't have an anchor tenant, which is where Harry Kane comes in. He's an investor in Toka Social, which is part of a new wave of businesses that are booming as we emerge from the COVID-19 pandemic.
I like to kind of maybe go at newer companies who maybe have a bigger growth and bigger chance to expand.
They're known as experiential entertainment, or eatertainment sometimes. Bars that incorporate another activity, such as mini golf in the case of Putt Shack, darts in the case of Flight Club, table tennis when it comes to bounce, and football, soccer in the case of Toka Social.
So the experiential entertainment economy has exploded in recent years, and this is a trend we expect to accelerate. We're seeing a kind of remarked increase in people wanting to do more of their nights out beyond just eating and drinking. And many companies have already applied the experiential entertainment model very successfully to different sports, most notably golf, but also darts and others.
Players get a little booth where they aim to hit moving targets on the screen with a football. You can have a beer and some chicken wings while your mates are playing. This isn't the bowling alley of your grandparents. There's all sorts of technical wizardry. The good news for shopping malls and their landlords is that these sort of spots attract families and kids during the day and the social crowd out for a drink in the evening.
Department stores are always seen as the anchors of the shopping centres. I think, to be frank, they hadn't anchored them in the way they were originally intended for quite a while. These are not new spaces by and large. I think there are some new concepts and there are new ways they're being managed. I think the key thing is that it now has a wider reach. I think it's got a broader demographic. I think it's better engaged with the local customer.
In many cases, locations that used to be occupied by department stores are now being offered to these experiential entertainment firms. That also means they're getting some of the same deals on the rent. In the case of Putt Shack, the setup costs are about $8 million, and in many cases, landlords are fronting as much as 2/3 of that to entice them in. It appears to pay off. Consumers played 1 million games of mini-golf in Putt Shack's first year at its location in West London. And they take up a pretty big footprint too, 30 to 40,000 square feet. Not quite as big as the 70,000 square feet of a department store, but still bigger than a lot of other shops. Many of these concepts are originating in the UK before they cross the pond to the US. Putt Shack, which just raised $150 million from BlackRock, was founded by Stephen and Dave Joliffe, the same brothers who sold Topgolf to Callaway for $2 billion just a few years ago. The firm behind Bounce and Flight Club is based in London and just raised an additional $35 million in funding. Harry Kane invested in Toka Social in January. He's hoping that the business helps pay some of the bills when he ultimately gets around to retiring. The company aims to add as many as 50 sites in the UK and expand globally.
I feel like this will grow as the years go on, and there'll be tweaks that are made along the way that will improve it, and maybe by the time I'm retired it'll be in a really fantastic place and I can just maybe enjoy playing football for fun instead of professionally.
Harry Kane can't save the shopping mall on his own, nor can Toka Social. But landlords certainly hope that these sort of spots can give them a new lease of life.